LAT Racing Oils is invested in winning with industry-leading on-track experience, superior engineering, and the World Championships to prove it. LAT is your premier choice for racing lubricants trusted by champions across the world. From engine oils, transmission fluid, and gear oils, LAT has your race car covered from bumper to bumper. Visit LATRacingOils.com to find a dealer near you.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to SimTraX Broadcasting. We're coming to you live here with the Bandit Racing League here on this fine Wednesday night. Charlotte Motor Speedway is where we land here this week, as last week, may have been the All-Star race, not broadcasted as you guys had missed, but we were at Echo Park Speedway. Joining alongside me tonight will be Stella to give us all the fancy insight about that track and who was the winner last week, just as a refresher.
Oh, that's easy. It was Jonathan Platt in his number 13 car, followed by Connor Gibson and Michael Ramos.
All right, fantastic job to them. I know Jonathan Platt felt like he had one robbed from him, I believe, the week prior, and he's stammering and staggering to get back onto the points chase, but excellent job. Actually, to tell you the truth here, Stella, no surprise to see the number 13 nailing a win here early in the season. Now, a driver I would be concerned about right now is Nick Nickerson or a driver like Brett Guzik. We're waiting to see him come away with a top 5 finish here. Brett Guzik has been stumbling a little bit with some accidents out there. Some drivers getting in a little bit of caution trouble out there, and he has been, unfortunately, caught up in it. Now, I know David Lakey is looking to have a solid run here tonight. He's going to be really, honestly, from where his team was saying, they're looking kind of on a little bit on the panic here, Stella. Guys are finding they're having a hard time staying stuck to the track on the exit of turn number 4.
Oh no! Well, those turns can get pretty rough with a 24-degree turn following into that 5-degree straight. But those 95,000 people in the stands are gonna love to see every minute of it.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at what this race is going to consist of here tonight for the Matco Tools 120. This is race number 3 here of season number 16. 120 laps lined up for you guys here tonight. 2 stage breaks at 36 and 72. 72 is 70% fuel and 2 sets of tires down in the pit. Fortunately, they'll have one faster pair. We do hope that they don't have to use it. But here in the recent weeks, we've seen a lot of cautions here lately. We're going to be working really hard tonight to clean that up and see if they can go ahead and, honestly, Stella, scramble to see if they can keep this thing alive. Right now, I would love to see some solid green flag racing, a lot of time of them out there, and actually having to teeter on a lot more pit strategy than just having a which caution do I come in and being uncontested, especially if you run into a speeding penalty.
Oh, yeah, let's not do that. We've got a few little changes in the rule book regarding our penalties and which ones will be waived and not. So we're going to keep an eye this week on exactly what they're doing at that start-finish line and on restarts and initial green flag.
All right. Do appreciate Clear Low Communications, a Perfect Shine Auto Spa, signing up this season. Go ahead and kick off here for the season 16. I know still I look back and wonder, man, you know, it wasn't now but a couple of season or so ago that we were actually shutting the Bandit Racing League down. This thing looked like she had seen enough, and Bill had had enough, and Kevin Foster, all these guys, but that is a name that I bring back all the time as Kevin Foster actually resurrecting this league, bringing it back. David Lakey as well. Don't want to forget a couple of these big names to go ahead and say, you know what, we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of viewers out there that were enjoying these races, so let's go ahead and get them back to it. We do get out of the super late models that we had last season and get these guys out there into the trucks, and right now, a little on the rusty side out there, especially in the trucks. I think a little bit of the back end of these machines catch these guys a little more off guard. Now, Stella, really, we've seen a lot of these guys driving Ford, Chevy, and Toyotas out there, but with Ram coming into the picture, I think a couple of these guys have started to try it. I believe Reagan Fruget and Benjamin Lacey, two drivers just naming offhand here, have gotten into the Rams and said, you know, honestly, this is not really a bad driving truck.
No, it's not. And in real life, we are looking at, even though they just got into it, Dodge has already won one race, Ford 2, Toyota 9. But your winning streak is going to be the Chevy again with 12.
All right. Now, we'll definitely hold our breath here, as I know Benjamin Lacey would love to come away with a strong finish here tonight. I know some of these part-time drivers definitely show up and try to make a name for themselves, and the full-time guys wonder why they're pressured so much. But that is definitely something we'll kind of teeter on the edge here and see if that is going to be much of the same. Now, Stella, we have a ton of drivers out here tonight, and honestly, I got to admit, you know, with coming here to a racetrack like Charlotte, we end up at the tunnel turn. This track has ended up on many different movies out there. I mean, there's a lot happening at Charlotte, and I think this place hardly has a day they're even closed.
Yeah, well, they have not been closed, but they are new to the truck season. I was looking that up. They've been around for a long time, but they didn't start trucks here until 2003. But in that matter of time, needless to say, Kyle Busch, again, owns this track with 8 wins. Yep.
Well, definitely over, what does that make it, 2003? So about 23 years out there, this thing has been rocking on the truck series. That does definitely change it up a little bit here. I would say, you know, even well, I was kind of hinting at there, Stella, here, you know, we have the Roval. We've got these guys out there racing Cup. We got them racing truck. We got them racing, back in the day, it was the Busch series. Now it's the Nextel and Monster Energy series out there. I mean, there's so much happening at this track, and it's not just stock cars. I mean, we even have events here at Charlotte where you can bring your street car out here. The Richard Petty experience out here. We have guys in Indy out here racing at Charlotte. So a lot of things where this track is very versatile, as a lot of people have the opportunity to race out there at Charlotte and try and get their name in the out there in the record book, you know, for coming away with a win out there. Charlotte being extremely tough, and everyone mentions that tunnel turn, which is the exit of turn number 4 that I've hinted to earlier, that these guys are having a little trouble with drifting up and possibly making contact out there with the wall.
Yeah, well, as far as the wall goes, let's not make this a Darlington type of situation. I know that we are doing the oval tonight, but also in real life, they're going to be moving instead to the Roval with the trucks. They announced that February this year.
What?
Yeah.
But that's the Charlotte Oval is such a classic track. How can you say anything? You know what I mean? Why move it to road racing? I guess they're definitely trying to get a bunch of different eyeballs out there. A couple of new drivers I would like to notice out there. Michael Rakes is looking to have a little bit of fun here tonight, seeing if he can get his Ford. Number 47 in the winner's circle, Wes Fuller. Another one out there, even our even our chat is recommending Chad Hartle out there in the 37 Chevrolet, looking to have a good time here tonight, seeing if he can try to keep his car in one piece and everybody else's. We'll see if that definitely changes up. Stella, we kind of take a peek at practice and see what everybody else is doing out there on the track. Is there really one person you can put your finger on out there and say, this guy's going to be strong here tonight?
Well, I'll tell you, I was watching, and I looked at the fact that we've got actually 4 guys that came out here, right on time, used every bit of practice that they could get. Michael Ramos being one of them. I mean, he put down at least 63 laps that I saw. Josh Billeter's another one. My surprise tonight, Ty Carino. He threw down 69 laps out there. And we, of course, won't forget Jonathan Platt. So, in my book, more practice means more moving up through the course.
Yep. And I would say, coming from the outside as a newcomer into this league, I would like to go ahead and pick I would say an underdog, a sleeper here. And I'm going to go with Garrett Bobo. Right now, that guy has been very fast. We found him in the top 5 multiple times. It's just him being able to get that finish. Unfortunately, the same as the Brett Guzik disease is almost what we're running into, is they get out there, they're fast, they're able to be competitive, and then just unfortunately get caught up in situations that they weren't even involved in to begin with. It's 6 or 8 trucks ahead, and unfortunately these guys are just on the back foot here, having to battle farther back in the points chase, which we will have here starting about race 5, and we'll have everything hammered out there, and we'll square everything away and show you guys where that chase is really kind of rounding up and rounding to. But Stella, that's probably what I'm going to say. It's probably the 29 Chevrolet, which you're most likely used to seeing probably the Kevin Harvick scheme out there with the race cars instead of the trucks. Because I believe currently out there in our view, Brett Guzik, there he is. Yep, he's getting out there onto the track finally. Glad to see him out there. Hopefully Brett Guzik has a decent time here tonight. And Stella, I'm just not sure. It's such a gamble of what this race is going to be once we get out there. I mean, is this going to be a messy race? Is this going to be a strong race? Are our guys who are a little farther back in the field is this really their prime spot? Or is it going to be run of the mill? Are we going to see our guys who are normally top 5 finishing top 5 here tonight? I would love to see Jonathan Osborne have that opportunity to come away possibly with a win, since he's definitely one of the more consistent drivers.
Yeah, consistency does help. I mean, showing up and showing out. But, I'm looking already at the standings, and I can see Jonathan Platt and Scott Sanderson currently are tied at the top. Now, Scott Sanderson, of course, won our Daytona, so he was up there, but Jonathan Platt made 9 places. But one I also have to mention is in the top 10 right now, because that's where our cutoff is, Connor Gibson. Connor Gibson has moved up 21 places and is sitting number 8 in our top 10. That's a heck of a jump.
Yep, well, and it definitely helps when you're able to get a solid finish out there. It's very difficult when you finish almost in the back 30, back 40 in the first race, and then you're able to pile drive your way up to the front and stay alive to finish out the following race. But let's go ahead and take a look at where our race and how it's going to line up here with Joker Creations. Appreciate them signing on board here for our starting grid lineup here. Kevin Foster and Benjamin Lacey, no surprise there. Definitely the GFR racing team, and these guys are looking to really put something together with a 1-2 start. Brett Guzik will be starting 3rd, Eddie Hagge will be 4th, John Osborne 5th, and Joshua Adams. That might be another sleeper we're going to see out there. The 22 Toyota, he'll be starting in 6th. Scott Sanderson, who's tied with Jonathan Platt, that Stella just mentioned, will be starting in 7th. Next to Jackson Knock. Moving on to Nick Nickerson, who's 9th. Wes Fuller is 10th. Moving on to Bob Berry. 75 machine, good qualifying time. He'll be starting at 11th, unfortunately right outside the top 10. and Michael Ramos will be sitting in 12th. Paul Wilson will be 13th, Jonathan Platt 14th, Connor Gibson, Davis Carroll, who looks like Jason Allegrini, and Garrett Bobo will be in the 9th row. Moving on to row number 10, where we find Jackson Duke and Regan Fruget. These guys are going to be looking to see if they can battle their way back up to the front. Oh, I would say it's going to be high stakes, where we find Michael Rakes there in the 21st position. He'll be on the inside of Matt Crockett. Right now, David Lakey is sitting 23rd. Not a strong start tonight. He'll be sitting in the back 40 here. He's going to be scrambling to get up to the front, but that's next to Ty Carino, where Stella's calling their pick. Moving on through, where we find Chad Hartle, Trey Ellis, Matthew Bailey, Ricky Hart, Victor Weaver, and Nicole Krazel for our top 30. Kerry Condis, Dylan McDonald, Nathan Santos, Bill Harkins, Carter Phillips, and Joshua Billiter. Boy, these guys are definitely getting stacked up here. All the way in the back is going to be Logan Murray, who's starting in the very last spot. He's going to have trouble here as he's starting all the way from the back. Hopefully we're able to see him scramble back to the front. We are under green. Driver's already starting to sling it 3 wide here. Look at the 31 down on the bottom. Boy, that's going to be messy, especially for a 13th place grab. Looking very, very close. We'll see if anybody scrubs the inside. A couple do, and a couple ricocheting there toward the outside. Fortunately, the number 13 truck holds on to it of Jonathan Platt, our last week's winner, looking to see if he can continue his roll up to the front. Currently, Platt has gained 1 position as Paul Wilson gets to a bad start. Trouble in the front. Here it comes.
Yeah, I did see Paul Wilson. Boy, he was playing a little bit of pinball in the middle of those that 3 wide. But it'll take a second, and we'll see exactly who up front had a bad turn.
Kevin Foster, unfortunately, something had happened there. You see the number 13 as we had our eyes fixated on Jonathan Platt. It looked like he was trying to pre-spin himself to slow down as the number 8 was sideways in the field. Unfortunately, this puts Kevin Foster from the front row all the way back to 35th. And his Ford doesn't appear to have collected a bunch of damage here, but we will take a peek. Let's see if I can find something from this Michelin chopper view. Oh, Brett Guzik.
Oh.
Not Guzik's fault here. I don't think Foster had any clue he was there. Unfortunately, once again, looks like another week here for Guzik. Getting in more trouble. Hate seeing that for Brett Guzik, though. We'll see if he does come down in the pit. We'll take another peek at it.
I would hate to use that one faster gear they have before the 3rd lap. I think I'd roll with this.
There, right where it bucks him a second time. Bam! There's Wilson into him. You saw Jonathan Platt sliding around Kevin Foster, so it gets a little worse, though. Let's see if we can take a peek. I don't see any sparks coming from the 04.
No, but front right, that's where he hit that where he hit that wall pretty hard.
Yeah, a little scrub there. It looks okay. I'm sure the spotter will keep an eye on that and see if there's anything going on. So, all right, looks like our first caution is going to be coming out. Thank you, LAT Racing Oils, for signing on board to be our caution sponsor here of the season. First caution is out here of the night. This one involving Kevin Foster and Brett Guzik. A couple other drivers were involved. Jonathan Platt was trying his best to stay out of trouble. And Paul Wilson was as well. Stella, this does shake up our field a little bit. Jackson Knock moves up to 3rd. Ramos is now up to 7. Rakes has moved up 7. He's now from 21st to 14th. Not bad there. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. They of our top 10, I'd say 8 out of 10 of them have actually moved up just in these first 2 laps, which is pretty impressive. It does appear, though, if they've been practicing, do they practice right up against each other, or do they practice kind of alone to get to know the track more?
Normally it's alone, but they end up doing a little bit of a cluster there right at the end of practice, trying to put the guys together and get them the hint of, okay, well, now your car's set up. Your car's set up to run strong, but now let's see how you do in a crowd, and you'll put them next to a couple of other guys, see how the draft catches them. Does it get loose when they're behind them? That sort of thing. Some may have more time solo running by themselves than out there running with the crowd.
Okay. Yeah, I was just kind of curious because, like you say, the draft has got to make an effect, and they also must have to listen to or at least figure out exactly what their spotter is going to be giving them information for, because some of these guys look like they forget there's an extra 2 feet in the back, that goes beyond a regular car. And hopefully their spotter can help out and keep up with that.
Yep. Well, normally it does happen, and that is quite common here for the truck series, to see people end up kind of getting that back end a little more, trying to grab a little more real estate than it has. All right, LAT Racing Oils, thank you very much for a caution sponsor. Perfect Shine Auto Spa Restart Zone will be taken out there by Eddie Hagge and Josh Adams. Here we go, back under green. Great jump out there, already going 3 wide again. John Osborne took a peek to the outside, backs off. Bob Berry will try to help him from behind. See if he can push him. Jackson Knock, you see him hanging out down toward the bottom. Eddie Hagge in the 97. Strong roll here by our front.
Yeah, I'm just hoping Ramos didn't make a lane change prior to that start and finish line, because that would really put a cramp in his race. But, yeah, these front 3, front 4 along pretty strong.
Yep. Still unsure on a full story there by Logan Murray. I'm sure he's got a meatball flag out there and may have retired already before he even got started. Or if he had a blown engine or something had happened in engineering, but it did not work out. Say Josh Adams, this guy is on fire right now. Starting to leave the pack. Wes Fuller sticking to him like glue. Right now they've got over half a second lead over top of John Osborne. That's why I was talking about green flag racing, being able to get some opportunities here to see who's stronger out there. Right now I've got my eyes here on Davis Carroll.
Cocoa colored car?
Yes.
Okay.
A little wiggle there coming through the tunnel turn. You see the number 50 Chevrolet. He's moved up 8. Had a sniff there at 9th. But Nickerson goes ahead and grabs it on back. As he creeps up on 2 tough drivers, Scott Sanderson and Nick Nickerson. Goes ahead, tucks back in line. Carroll's going to go ahead and say 9th to hold for now. See if he can slowly pick them off one at a time. Great job here. As I would say, fortunately, they're singling out into a single file line, but unfortunately, we'd like to see a little more battling out there. But right now, we need to start taking off some laps here. First caution coming there on lap number 2. Has gone ahead and put Kevin Foster in the weeds here. He's already down a lap, setting 36.
Last week we had 1 hour, 26 minutes. We did 117 laps, had 9 leaders, but there were 21 lead changes in that race. So personally, this is way too early to be calling, but what brought it up was there were 8 cautions last week, costing them 24 laps of racing. So we shall see. Maybe they've got the butterflies gone now and there's a green flag.
I would like to say that. As right now I hover around the Connor Gibson machine. Notice him out there with Tony the Tiger.
Yeah.
So he's now starting to put his hat into the ring, starting to get in a little bit of the mix-up here. Sanderson and Nickerson are on fire right now. They have sworn to start running down the leaders here. Sanderson and Nickerson up to 4th and 5th. Great job, all makes and models here in the top 5. Led by a Toyota, followed by a Ram, 2 Chevrolets, and a Ford. So far, everything is looking pretty solid here so far. We are hovering around the Connor Gibson area again. Gibson looking to see if he can fight off Davis Carroll, but that is not going to be the case. Looks like the 50 machine will have a better time on the high line, but is Allegrini going to take a peek? Right now, his Ford gets super close, and he goes ahead and presses on. Contact out at turn number 4. Allegrini decides to keep the pedal to the floor here instead of check up. He's going to follow the 50. Around he goes. Allegrini with 9 here on the night.
Nicely done, though. I mean, they didn't. Oh dear, we have a blinker. There we go. Mr. Carroll has returned.
Yeah, I think he ended up in a little bit of trouble. I thought he was kind of tangled up there with Michael Ramos, who we know has had a couple blinking sessions out there. But everything looking pretty solid. Moving on back here just a little bit, where Garrett Bobo is now up 8 in his Chevrolet. And now the only Toyota leading this race, and only one in the top 15. Now Victor Weaver back there is sitting 16th, is trying to break that though. Jackson Knock peeking into the screen here just a little bit. Knock is sitting at 11th, as it looks like Bob Berry is on the roll backwards. Good qualifying time there for 11th, but now he falls back 1 position. And I'm hoping this is not going to be a hint as to how the rest of his race is going to go. Let's take a peek at our leaders here. It looks like John Osborne might be taking a look here to the inside. Currently gets up side by side, looking right in the netting there of Josh Adams around turn number 4. Can Josh Adams get it to stick? Yes, he can. John Osborne has to check up a little bit. Does Adams block him into turn number 1? Yep, little swipe across the front there. The 11 has to take the high line. Stella looking pretty solid here as you see the swarm of bees sitting right behind him, as these two are still duking it out here.
Oh yeah, we are not done. They are. Oh, here he comes. There's a little nip in the fender.
There's Josh Adams. This is where he's able to plant and keep going. Caution is out. What timing here for Josh Adams?
Well, that will lock in Osborne's second place, because we do not race to the line in iRacing. They are locked in their positions as soon as the flag is dropped.
I think Allegrini ends up getting the worst of this one. Looks like a blown engine here.
Oh. Yep.
Allegrini was back there fighting with a couple of drivers, Carter Phillips, Victor Weaver, Benjamin Lacey, just to name a couple of them here. Something tells me it gets worse than that. Let's see what happens here. Allegrini gets caught up with a 31 header.
Oh.
Bam.
Oh, again.
Yep,
All
Allegrini
right,
gets the double whammy here.
Yeah, but he's locked up those tires so he doesn't come back up to the field. At least where there were a whole bunch of cars.
That's all right. The last couple were going ahead and shuffling
Yeah.
on through. If I'm not mistaken, I do believe this will put any of our Kevin Foster fans at ease, as he should be getting his lap back. This will put him back on the lead lap.
Nice.
And give him an opportunity here to see if he can make it back. Jason Allegrini, what happened? Because him and the 31 were fighting here, heading down that backstretch. Man, clipped right there. He thought he had it saved. I think if he had another 30 feet or so, he'd have had it, but...
Yeah, I'd need a different angle to see if he got bumped or if he just miscalculated and swiped across the front of Connor.
Yeah, I have a hard time believing Allegrini would have blocked here. There's slow-mo from the top angle here.
Okay. That hard time is coming.
Yeah, might have been setting up for a different line, but thought he might have had Connor cleared a little bit of draft there from the edge of the car. Kelly Queel, there we go. Do I had a Foster fan out there? All right, there we are up there with the number 6 there of Nicole Krazel. Driver from Lady Chaos Racing.
All right, so as you said, Kevin Foster is back on the lead lap.
Yep, Kevin Foster on the lead lap. I am looking to see if we have any odd pit stops here. And one to note, Nickerson, showing he came down here for a 7-second pit stop.
Ooh.
Lap number 18.
Sounds like some strategery.
Yeah. What has me is his strategery has still landed him a 24th position start. Now drivers who have not pit, like Bill Harkins, Matthew Bailey, are currently behind him.
There's DK problem again.
That's all right. Drivers here that were in the front and now in the back. Kevin Foster, lead lap, sitting 36. Eddie Haggy, we had our eyes on there, sitting 33rd. 29 positions down. Allegrini sitting 35th. Looks like fast repair has been used. Regan Fouché sits in 34th. And we're getting ready to get back underway. Restart zone brought to you by Perfect Shine Auto Spa. Josh Adams, John Osborne, and don't forget Wes Fuller's out there in the Ram. Let's see if we can run them on down. Right now, Wes Fuller might be feeling this is his opportunity here. He needs to jump quick. 35 looking to the inside. Doesn't have a full clear yet. Connor Gibson sits where he is. This is from Connor Gibson's area. Currently he's sitting in 4th. His Chevrolet surrounded by a few others. Same manufacturer. Great job here so far. Looks like Connor Gibson staying out of most of the trouble here. To our stage here, Stella, so far. We've got 2 cautions out there. A little bit of trouble's been brewing up. I know Kevin Foster got caught up there with Brett Guzik. Allegrini got caught up with the 31 machine. And now all these difficulty and accidents have all been, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in the top 15. I think it was the top 10, but I think Allegrini was trying to go. Everything's settling down just a little bit here. Garrett Bobo currently sitting in 9th, gaining just as many. From the original start here of the race, right behind him is another Toyota that breaks into the top 10, Victor Weaver. He'll be out there in the number 18 machine. He's going to have Benjamin Lacey all over him.
Fast times right now. I mean, Wes Fuller's fast time was a 30.43. We've got another couple fellas doing some low 30 seconds laps, and this is good. Good clean. Driven this track. Is there a bump on this track?
I didn't notice one. I didn't notice
Okay.
one. If there is, it's so minute. But I may have not been going quite as fast as these fellas.
Oh, yeah, you were. You went 165. I think you'd have noticed the bump in the track. Okay, I just kind of noticed that, I guess it's the way they set up. All of a sudden, everybody gets to a point on that turn and gets to wiggling. And I didn't know if there was some external source there or just them having each individual line that they wish to chase. See?
Well, it could definitely be the way the track's rubbering up if we're getting a little bit of door traffic. But a lot of things change out there on the track. I personally didn't notice anything. I didn't think I was going fast enough, but
Well, that's how I get over all the bumps and curves. I just go real fast and my car just flies over those holes.
I tried to explain that to an employee. So if you hit them, they just gonna float over the rest of them, right?
Yep. Alright, let's see what we got going.
So Stella, we still got Connor Gibson and Davis Carroll. Right now, Connor Gibson is getting a good bit of time here in the camera. Right now, that guy is a little bit of a fire plug here. Right now, he's on the roll backwards. I'm wondering if he's waiting for the the truck actually to come to him.
I think you might be looking for a fire brand, but I get your meaning.
Boy, give me something on Dylan McDonald here. 27 positions gained.
Yep. Very nice. I make that 28. Dylan McDonald did not have a good race last week. He lost 12 positions in the standings. And right now he's currently sitting about 8 points behind the cutoff line. But he keeps this up. He may be moving around a bit, but he's currently on Legacy Racing. So let's see how he does with his teammates of Nicole Fraser and Davis Carroll.
Good. Yeah, I was going to ask you how the teams are actually turning out, or if we still got guys finally concrete into teams, or are they still shuffling through to figure out who's still going to play nicely with each other?
Oh, we got a couple fellas that have moved around. Reagan Forget, yes, Reagan has moved to Roundy Motorsports. I know that. And Wes Fuller, he's a lone man out there right now. Need to get a recruitment race going and get him a few team members.
Yep. No lone wolf driving here. Josh Adams and out in front, very, very fast. Especially in that fresh air. Toyotas love that here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. John Osborne working that outside line, trying to see if he can set something up different before Josh Adams starts making a breakaway 4/10 of a second ahead.
And I think some of them are shooting hard now. We're only 4 laps to go to stage 1.
Which is definitely.
Why? Because we're having some good racing.
Yep, well, we're finally under green here for a decent amount of time. And I was also taking a peek that David Lakey is actually lapped down here.
What are you go doing that for?
See, Paul Wilson's now entering in the pits.
And he came in before for just a splash and go. I'm curious what the plans are this time. I'll keep an eye on that for you.
All right, beautiful. That'd be excellent. Right now, I got our eyes here on Jackson Duke back here in the 08. Kevin Foster and Eddie Haggett, these guys are hanging back. pretty far away. Roll appraisal there toward the back. These guys better be careful. They're about 16 and a half seconds off pace.
Okay, so Paul Wilson looks like he came in, maybe fixed some damage. Perhaps he's trying not to use a fast repair, but he was in there for almost 20 seconds. So fuel and a fix-up would be my guess. Do not know whether it's worth 2 laps down, but perhaps he was underpowered due to some, whatever that. Oh.
Nope, all good. Stage end here goes to Josh Adams.
Okay.
John Osborne comes in second. Wes Fuller third. Dylan McDonald in fourth. Scott Sanderson then puts another notch in that hat for a top 5 there during this stage. Excellent job there.
The nice little bonus points will be added onto those fellas' point standings.
Now, Stella, we have a couple of things to take into account here with drivers and the amount of tires that they are allotted here. Not as well for you to evenly space them to make it through the entirety of the race. Seeing that currently, well, first one, 36 laps under our belt there. And then we're going to have another 36 more. And then after that, how many, Stella?
They're calling for a fuel and splash. That's it. You got fuel and tire. You got tires twice.
Right. So you'll see some guys who are slower, some guys who are faster. And now they'll all be debating what to take during this pit stop. It's hard to be up front.
Have a chance.
Yep.
To look, because everybody is coming in.
Say everybody looking good. Great pit entries here.
Oh, we got some of them already coming out. They did not think their tires needed anything yet. They call this a moderate tire wear track, so perhaps it's not too harsh.
No, I wouldn't think so.
But then again, looking at Allegrini, who came in for a splash, why not when he was just in a few minutes ago, used a whole fast repair? That has to have changed his tires and all too, right?
Not during a fast repair. Fast
Really?
repair only picks critical components and body damage.
Ooh, okay. Well, open mouth, insert foot.
That's all right. That's all right. All righty. Currently under caution here, ladies and gentlemen, as you guys might step away here for just a moment. Go ahead and get a few more snacks and popcorn out there. And as we go ahead and rock out our stage here, we'll definitely be waiting to see them get back under green here in just a moment. But we'll definitely be holding our breaths when they are able to return. We're going to cut to commercial here, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, thank you guys for hanging in there. For our commercial break, Clear Low Communications getting ready for our second stage here. Stella, we are looking good here for the green flag.
Yeah, I'm liking it. This is the Matco Tools 120, sponsored by Patrick Morrison, where the motto of Matco is service, trust, and results. They're your one source for tools and shop equipment.
Right now, a couple of these guys could probably use some shop equipment out there. Right now, I see a dive bomb here down toward the bottom. Scott Sanderson not wasting any time here. Looking to see if he can fire back toward the front. Currently, the 35 machine of Wes Fuller doing much of the same as he heads in and keeps diving in. He's up 3 positions from his original qualifying time, where you find Matt. Jeez, holy cow. Matt Crockett, you see him on the outside here?
All of a sudden, yes.
Yep, Matt Crockett in the Liquid Death Machine up toward the top. Caution is out. Matthew Bailey involved. Currently see the number 19 trying to get back onto the track here. I think Matt Crockett might have dodged a bullet there.
Maybe that's exactly what he was doing. All right, so we see the 19. Oh. Okay.
That was an interesting swipe.
Yeah, well, there was a touch by 27 initially, I thought. Either that touched him or net coded him. But then for 19 to not get a spotter report that says he's now above you.
Yep, 27 machine looking to slide around. This is Ramos. And you see when he pulls to the side there, he almost catches him. And then goes back for the block, and definitely.
Yeah.
But could you imagine being the truck closest to the wall? Minding your own business, you're running your race, and then all of a sudden you got a car in front of you.
Yep. Oh! Boy. That was a little insult to injury there.
All right, we got a few drivers coming on down. One big one to note, I like pointing out, Wes Fuller and John Osborne. I wonder what their strategy is here. A couple of guys, looks like top off and go. So, back to caution sponsor here with LAT Racing Oils. Stella, what do you have to say about this race here so far?
Pretty good. I could live with it. I mean, we get some nice clean racing there for a while. I would like to see from here to the next stage, though, go green, if I might ask.
Who in the world is that?
I'm having issues with number 19 myself. He is not on the website.
Matthew Bailey?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Now we'll see if he's a part-time driver. Check there. Finally, pace car lights are out. We go back green next time around. It looks like Dylan McDonald looking to see if he can pass the entire field here. As if he's able to take the lead, he will be up 31 positions from his original start. There we go, Rebecca Weaver. Matt Bailey's supposed to be in the 54.
That's it. Okay, well that explains a lot.
Bruh.
Cue out there.
Yep, Mama Goo's looking for the scoring tower out there. I'll go ahead and pop that on up. Normally I do that right after I think we make it through turn number 2 under green. And we try to fill it up. And we guys get a decent look at the race entirety here. All right, Perfect John Auto Spa getting another restart here.
For all your automotive detailing needs in Houston, Texas.
Oh, good. Josh Adams getting a good launch yet again. This guy's been leading a ton of laps here.
Boy, Dylan McDonald giving him no quarter. Here he comes. There he goes.
This battle's not over here. Definitely a lot of things shuffling here toward the back, though.
Yeah, somebody was off track there for a second.
It's pretty rough. Charlotte is one of the tracks that you start at on iRacing. These guys have an opportunity of having plenty of practice time and doing a lot more with their race cars and trucks, trying to see what they can test. So these guys should be rather well versed with this track.
Oh, as they start up the chain of C and A-class licenses.
Yes.
Got it.
Bad there. Good pass here by Victor Weaver. Pretty gutsy pass there on Brett Guzik. Slices up right in front of him there. PTSD from Kevin Foster.
I like the fact we're not using the wall to slow us down here in the backfield. Always a good thing.
Quick tire opportunity out there for a couple of those guys.
Looks to me like probably top 15 all did take tires on that last stop. Whether it was their first stop, second stop, or third stop in some cases. Benjamin Lacey's already been in 3 times.
No, Benjamin Lacey does a lot of that topping off. He is very concerned about running out of fuel right there toward the end. Not really a fan of having to clutch it all the time.
Another one of our strategizing fellas is usually Eddie Hagee. He always has done something up his sleeve when it comes to calculating his fuel, calculating when to take tires, trying to offset it. We have seen him do that successfully, and then we have seen him where all plans just go to the wind when an unexpected caution comes out. They play the dice.
Right now, that is working so far for Josh Adams. And Adams now falls out of the lead. Benjamin Lacey now has the hold of it. And Nick Nickerson and Dylan McDonald right behind. Benjamin Lacey would like to go ahead and squeak out a win here. Yep, real Earth Films. Starting out front.
Currently, he is sitting in 7th in the standings. Got a little wiggle room with 9 points above the cut.
4-second gap between our driver in the front and the end of the top 10. Connor Gibson scrambling to find some speed here. Currently sitting about 4.5 seconds off now. It continues doing battle out there. He's not careful. You get the 1-2 punch here on the outside. It might be exactly what we're seeing here. Ricky Rouget. Take a look. I think he's got it. Yep, he's got it. Connor Gibson back down to 11th here. His roll has definitely come to a slowdown.
Yeah, I thought for sure he had kind of got a block and was stuck there, losing traction. But he just swung down and took off. Very nice. As I thought, fresh air was kind of your friend at this track. Am I off?
Nope, fresh air is always your friend at this track. Keys is just being able to go out there and find enough of it. Struggle to stay in the front out there, where he's been leading a ton. One might be thinking about how to save fuel for the next round.
Yeah, taking a look. You were saying there was 4 seconds. I'm looking at heavens, 4 seconds between the top 3 and the rest of them. Am I wrong there? I mean, looking at Benjamin Lacey. Oh, that was not a good thing. But we may not have a caution due to the fact that they were off the track or off the racing surface. That'd be Josh Billiter and Trey Ellis.
Caution is out.
Well, I'm batting 0. All right, lap 56. Caution number 10. Well, call it 4 at false and 1 gimme.
Let's see. Look and see how many people might be deciding on pitting this round. Everything's staying pretty quiet down there.
Oh yeah.
Especially in pit road and out there on the track.
Mr. Ellis has come in. He looks, sounds like he's going to need a little bit of repair.
Yeah, I'm just kind of peeking over top.
Oh, but not much at all. He's out in 8 seconds. Maybe that's just using the caution strategically too. Figure if he's going to be flying through the infield, he might as well stop by and grab some gas. Alrighty, we do have some coming in, including our previous leader, Josh Adams. Mr. Jackson Knock is coming through. Scott Sanderson. Brett Guzik is coming down. All right, look at them all. A bit of a fire sale going on. So, have you found our accident?
Well, you saw him careening out of control out there. I would say probably most likely when Trey Ellis went off track. It wasn't enough to cause a caution, but wow.
Good Lord, that's a caution. Ah, that was the one yeah. Man.
Yeah,
that's
definitely
99. That's Josh Billiter. So who were our 3? Trey Ellis, Josh Billiter, and somebody else was involved there too. Yep, this one's still up against the wall, I think.
Eddie Haggy?
Oh, yeah. Oh, youch. Okay.
Almost escaped.
Well, Eddie Haggy didn't do too badly, though. He's, that's who that was. He's still a knight.
Hoping this is that 97, 91 issue we were running into earlier.
Oh, it's always with me, anyway. There's somebody out there saying the is quiet. It's not that bad. At least we're civil tonight. That's a good thing. I like it when people are rooting on their drivers without without attacking their neighbors. Am I allowed to do a water boy? My mama said. My mom said that if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Yep. Right, getting ready to go, get back underway. Perfect Shine Auto Spa restart zone. This time it's going to kick off with Benjamin Lacey, and they're dumping each other here in the back.
Oh, that didn't take long. Wow. And it does look like they are throwing a caution for this one too.
Stella having trouble getting off the racing line here.
Agreed. We could probably take the restart zone down, throw the caution one back up. Can't get to the restart zone. Nice. Good job. Oh, don't forget, LAT Racing Oil is available in 16 states, Australia, and Canada. They make full and semi-synthetic racing oils, gear oil, transmission fluid, nitro, and supercharger oil. So find a dealer near you by searching latracingoil.com. Oh, man.
What is happening?
I don't know, but it starts way up here. Is that 84? Nope. Boink. There we go. Green cuts across red. Oh. Everything breaks loose.
Definitely a bummer there. Caution back out.
Bill Harkins heading into the pit. Keep cruising company.
It should be right here at the end. Normally they pit right when it's about 1 to go. They'll be back out there on the track.
What was happening to Bill's car? Did you happen to see that? I think he has a flying fender.
Yep, full disconnect there.
Okay. Wow. And here at iRacing, see things you've never seen before and probably never will again.
All right. Running through our top 10 here, looks like Benjamin Lacey, Nick Nickerson, Jonathan Platt, Dylan McDonald, and Regan Fruget. Sitting 1 through 5, moving on to Davis Carroll, Connor Gibson, Garrett Bobo, Matt Crockett, and Eddie Haggy. Rounding out our top 10. Drivers should be getting double filed here again, and hopefully have a better luck and opportunity on this next restart. Stella, we're starting to struggle a little bit here in stage number 2.
It does appear so. If I might, could you tell me who I should log in for that last caution?
Last caution. Showing that it had a Michael Rakes problem.
Okay. are off again.
What?
Oh. Did you
Holy
pull?
cow.
What'd I do? I looked down?
Yep.
Ah! Yep, I did. Okay, so who's the green guy? Running through the infield. Ta-da!
Hmm. Who's our green guy?
Yeah. No.
Not the only one in green this round.
No, but that was the one that cut through. That was the first one I saw in a non-north-south facing position.
Alrighty. Try this again. Getting off to a pretty good start here.
I'm liking it.
Yep, everything looking good. Benjamin Lacey able to get somewhat of a decent breakaway here. 8 laps left to go here in the stage. Hopefully we're able to finish this one under green. Dylan McDonald, Nick Nickerson looking
Oh,
drumming
we are
up
not.
behind Garrett Bobo.
We are not going to finish this one under green. Oh.
Not good. Looking to see if his truck refires here.
We may have a tow. Yep, and there he goes. So that was Garrett?
Yes.
Man. Took out Matt Crockett. But then.
Yep. That's why I stuck around.
I'm kind of curious whether David Lakey there blinked just in time that he's able to walk away with no damage. Not quite sure though. Taking a look at that right front tire, does he have a bit of a camber issue? No, that'd be a toe issue.
Not from what I'm saying. No issues there.
Okay, good. Alright, we got a few guys coming down for some extended stays. Some are just coming in. We'll see what they have to do, but we're looking at Matthew Crockett, Matt Bailey, and Garrett Bobo already in for 1.5 to 2 minutes.
Yeah, David Lakey
Ouch.
suffering much of the same here. Crockett, Bailey, Bobo. All of them,
Yep.
tons of damage here.
That's a good-looking car.
Boy, Stella, this is kind of turning on its head here. I thought everything was going to be hunky-dory. These guys are going to knock off some green flag laps. We're struggling to get to stage 2.
We are. I am kind of curious whether Mr. Bailey has decided to bail out. Oh, that was uncalled for. But yeah, he may have taken it back to the garage tonight as of lap 66.
Now, definitely a bummer. And Don't know if he's going to be able to cover. This may be the easier track out of the upcoming race. Where Stella, can you tell us where we'll be at next week here?
We will be in Bristol, 200 laps at the Coliseum. All right, well, we're fixing to find out whether these guys can go ahead and stay in just 2 lines for a couple of laps. We've only got, 8 laps to go before we get another caution? Can we make it?
Huh.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. All right, Benjamin Lacey, Dylan McDonald, Jonathan Platt, Nick Nickerson, and Connor Gibson are top 5.
By the way, stage break here, I think will be when they cross the line, 3 to go.
Looks like we've got a couple guys that are not going to make it out of the pit by this start, and that would be Matthew Crockett. Oh, Garrett Popo's just coming out. It's going to put him down several laps, but he's going to roll it again.
Take a look at that. Yep.
Yeah.
That's Josh Adams.
Yike! Don't be bouncing up. Well, they're not the bumper cars.
What if they were bumping?
Oh, crash away.
Alright. Couple fans getting a little restless here on the left side. They're ready for this yellow fever to stop.
Matthew Crockett back on the field.
Great check in there. Looks like Dylan McDonald will be taking away. Boy. This, so we've been collecting a little bit of cautions here. We've been staggering a little bit trying to get this done.
This one will count for the stage.
Okay.
So, our 1, 2, and 3 for stage points here are Dylan McDonald, Benjamin Lacey, and Jonathan Platt. I do believe 1 through 10 get points for a stage placement, but I don't go through all that. We're going to do McDonald, Lacey, and Platt. Dylan McDonald, 31 places up. Do you think he just started in the back on purpose to challenge himself?
I don't know. It's hard to say. He's been pretty... Honestly, he's been pretty strong here all night. His Chevrolet has been really kicking it around the track. No issues around him. I think just right place, right time. And he is definitely... He's definitely showing up here tonight. I would say I didn't have him on my bingo card there, but we'll definitely probably be adding him here in the next few weeks.
All right. Yeah, if he keeps this up, and it's it doesn't look like it's a one-time deal, but yeah, I like it. Legacy Racing. Okay.
Stage 1, Stage 2 are complete.
Yes.
We go to the final stretch here. Drivers are going to be a little bit beside themselves, seeing how the first couple of stages went.
Maybe they need to be in their own seats and not beside themselves.
I can see some of the crew chiefs probably pretty frustrated out there. And guys that set up, and some of them have already been heading into the pits or heading home.
Yeah, I know at least 3 of them. It looks like. No, this we've got are sitting in the garage. Logan Murray, Paul Wilson, and Matthew Bailey. At this point, I think are already calling it Miller time.
Miller time.
No. What?
That'll be fine. Miller time. I just checking to make sure it's still PC on the YouTube here.
There's somebody running a bud scheme. I figured I couldn't be in trouble.
You wouldn't think, but you can't have tobacco in cars anymore. Where's the old Winston Cup?
Well, they took care of that. I mean, the races used to have the most humongous air bouncy looking thing, and it was a giant box of Winston cigarettes. But I don't know. I haven't seen much as far as the pulling back on the alcohol.
No.
Warming up the tires, looking good.
Yeah. Stella, I think I'm just kind of taking a peek at some of the stats here. Some of our guys who have moved forward and some are moving back. Wes Fuller down 21 positions. He's back here in 31st. Kevin Foster slowly fighting back, sitting 19th. I mean,
Yeah, right now I'm a little... Ooh, there we go. I'm a little ready for racing.
Aren't we all? Scott Sanderson gets away here. Bright Guzik wasn't able to run him down on that restart.
Yeah, please note that our leader at the stage is now sitting at 12th. So there has been some definite movement around due to those pit stops.
Challenge for the lead here. Brett Guzik and Scott Sanderson. Can Guzik get him here at the line? I don't think so. He does not. Sanderson still holds on to our lead. Currently Brett Guzik in the Toyota. 04 machine down on the bottom. He's looking to see if he can come away with any success here.
At least a lead lap.
Yeah, lead lap. At least get him some points here. Take a look who's coming in the screen.
Wow.
Josh Adams is not afraid of a thing here. Dives to the bottom, looking to pick up more than one position.
Put Brett Guzik in the middle of the sandwich, but he's going to hang on that low line and he's going to challenge for first place.
All right, Sanderson gets away here. Benjamin Lacey and Josh Adams now side by side. Currently does go ahead and squirt Brett Guzik out of there like watermelon seed. He now moves down to 4th. Ooh, a little loose here.
No.
Rakes holds on to it, though.
Yes.
3 wide into the turn. Fantastic job here. As Eddie Hagee and Ricky Hart make it on by. Boy, thought we were about to have
Yes. I
case
thought
of
Connor
yellow
Gibson,
fever here.
I thought Connor Gibson right under the tower there was getting a little wild, but everybody's still going in the forward position. There's pushing going on, and this is not normally, especially going into these curves. Yeah, Michael Ramos is getting wild and crazy.
Almost definitely not afraid here. Takes that low line. I would say, Stella, everything's looking pretty
And don't say it.
chippy out here.
Okay.
guys really pressuring each other here.
That's okay. Yeah, Fouget's. Wow. Yeah, these guys are racing tight. That's racing. I love it.
Now, definitely want to take advantage of the fresh tires here while they're out on the track. Some haven't had that opportunity to enjoy fresh tires since the beginning of the race.
Rick is working on tires that are 10 laps older than most of these fellas that he's fighting around. Last time he came in for a minute was lap 62. Most of these other fellas are on 73. Yeah, Dylan McDonald, let's say, is on new tires. Eddie Haggie's on new tires. Oh, Connor Gibson's on new tires.
Josh Adams looking for the lead.
D-Train wants to know what kind of chips, by the way.
Ruffle.
Oh, no, I was thinking like salt and vinegar or barbecue.
Plain.
Oh, no. You
Yeah.
probably like vanilla ice cream, too.
But what?
Yeah.
Stuff happening here.
It's racing.
That was a
Got
drag
30
race
seconds.
in the third. Take a look. Anderson and Adams still going at it.
And they do it for 37 more laps.
That name rings a bell.
Oh, weaponize that autism. Yellow
Weaponize the
flag.
flag.
Oh my heavens, and I'd say half the field got a piece of this one. And it might not be done.
Now Connor Gibson, Allegrini again, unfortunately, and Eddie Haggie.
Now I'm in the weeds. What's wrong with vanilla? It's fine as long as you add some chocolate on top.
What's going on here? Eddie Haggie just gets a little bit loose and gets into Connor Gibson.
Pinballs. Yep. Is that Ramos again? In there?
Uh, 27, yes, I
27.
believe so.
Yep, sure was. All right, so Brett might come down and get those tires this time. We shall see. Wow. Kinda looks like a 4-letter word's come out. Oh. All right.
Of course,
Brought to you by
LAT Racing Oils.
I also like to see these guys are following the rules regarding entry and exit of their pit stalls. You may have no more than 3 in and 3 out.
Seeing big changes here. Chad Hartle moves up to 7th.
How about Jackson Duke up to 5th? Name I haven't heard tonight. Maybe I'm deaf.
Yep, nope, Jack and Duke. Last pit on lap number 73.
Now, the surprising one to me here is Scott Sanderson, who is there in front, has only come in twice, and the last time being on lap 58. So there's no way he has tires that are any newer than that. And that's if he took his tires then, which by the time I would venture to say he did. But he's, maybe he's a good tire saver.
Well, even if once you're in the lead as well, get a few more opportunities out there to have a little extra speed, to get a little fresh air, to get the right amount of tires.
Getting a little worried about Garrett Bobo there, but he seems to have got in his pit box well, and it's he's starting to count down. And there we go. Out he goes. I think Bill, okay, I'm afraid to say it. Bill Harkins is still rolling. Currently sitting in 28th. Right in front of Nathan Santos and behind Michael Ramos. So, did we ever figure out where that accident really started? Was that Mr. Haggy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Couple of races are out of it now. We'll hopefully see a few of these guys have a go at it here. Rear low communications getting ready to go here. 32 laps left to go. Now Sanderson can almost taste the win. A little farther to go here.
Run limit on laps, I think is about 26 laps. I mean, they can go further. 100% run limit is 38, but we may have to have a green. Okay, if there's not another caution, we may have to have a green flag pit stop for some of these gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm starting to think some of them are banking that's not going to be an issue here. Yeah, there's going to be another caution. It's going to be over possibly. I'm trying to figure out kind of exactly what I'm saying here. Yes, these guys are going to have to pit, but I would say without a caution, obviously. But I think 90% of them are banking due to our previous history here.
Yes.
That there's going to be another caution.
I think we're looking at 8 cause cautions so far. So, and we have 29 more laps to go. So, we have the ability, we have the technology, we can make it happen.
Josh Adams trying to stick his hand back in the cookie jar here. Up front, looking for that line. More favorable one on the bottom side. Can't get it, though. Sanderson's got the lead still. Boy, look who's starting to come into play there. That is Jackson Duke.
All right, we can hold each other down. Let's not push each other down.
Whoa! Look at the inside line.
Hold it. Yes.
Jackson Duke, Dylan McDonald. Guys getting pushed out. Guys are still in. Duke gets shoved all the way back to 7th on that move.
But that was a great save on his behalf.
Yep, I would say that's going to be remembered, and he may pay for that later.
Agreed. But it might have been a payback in the first place. So you never know, they might be from now. They got me. Yellow's thoughts. Lap 94. We are currently back under caution.
That figures.
Yes, but you know who's happy? Dylan McDonald, who is back up here in the lead again.
Somebody probably isn't. That's Nickerson.
Oh. That might be Brett Guzik's night.
Whoa.
He does not have another fast repair. Oh, and thank you. Poof. Yep, off he goes. Toad, we'll see if he's got enough time to get back on the field.
No. Surgery Steve checking on me.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I hope he didn't think it was me.
No. Now we are struggling a little bit. The amount of cautions definitely makes it difficult up here in the booth. I would say I do hope for these guys to do a really great job. That way we guys can give you guys a great,
Really good show.
yeah, a great show. And it kind of gets a little mixed up here. I mean, don't get me wrong. LAT Racing Oils is absolutely loving this.
Absolutely.
And so is the Perfect Shine Auto Spa with their restart zones, but it's starting to get a little monotonous here. Of the racing can't really have the side-by-side racing you would expect. We're having trouble any bump drafting out there. It's causing these guys to just loosen up, and I would say, and then also people getting in the wrecks there at the bottom after the wreck, or after a spin out. What you would call insult to injury. It doesn't stop. You think everything's good, you let off the brake, and then bam, you get hit again.
Yeah, just when you think the coast is clear. So, all right, Nick Nickerson back in the pit box for over a minute now. That is not great for him. He is currently just about to lose a lap. Go a lap down, as they say. As well as Garrett Bobo.
Actually, I think he might have made it.
Did he? Excellent. I like to see the fact Matt Crockett's still running too. Couple laps down, but he just came in for a splash and go.
Yep.
Joshua Adams just came down for what might have been a fuel and tire stop. This is good. I mean, we all know he has the speed. He just spent 15 seconds down there, which would allow for getting ready to go, and he's sitting in 11th. So let's see what he can do tonight, because currently he's got some really good speed. His best lap was 30.02.
Alrighty, pace car getting ready for its next oil change here as it heads down into the pit road. Restart zone kicking back off here with the Perfect Shine Auto Spa. Dylan McDonald, Benjamin Lacey.
Oh!
Here we go.
That was, yeah.
Somebody out there in the chat said Chad Hartle would be one of our drivers you need to watch out for and causes trouble. Currently, Chad Hartle is sitting third, cleanly getting his way up here. I'm wondering if that call for tires and fuel is going to be the right one.
Who is right, I believe maybe 5th or 6th, right against the wall?
I thought it was.
Purple with yellow numbers. With yellow numbers, it's back here now. I wonder if they. Oh, now he's in the infield. They might be giving him a drive-through or an EOL. He changed lanes before the start-finish line.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of hover around this pile right here. Something looks a little iffy.
Picking up my bit of honey car.
Yeah, well, Eddie Haggy has got to make up his mind here. Right now, he is squeezed and squashed to the top line with no escape plan.
Yeah, got a couple of them in there.
All right, Connor Gibson. Take a look again.
Is that Scott Sanderson in the middle of that strip hole?
I believe so. That's why I was trying to hunt out there.
Yep.
If that is the 83. Yes.
I hope that's kind of okay. That's all right. Just didn't know if I needed to clean the glasses.
Mama Goose, thank you for hanging out with us. I hope we have a good night. Brett Guzik, I'm sure we'll see him back out in the track, hopefully sooner than later. Definitely got to figure out what it's going to take to get his truck to stop being a ball.
I was going to say, stay with the shiny side up and the rubber side down.
Who's that squeezing in the middle? Is that Ty Carino squeezing in the middle? Yep. And here we go.
No. Wait, no. Oh, he came back.
Terry Condis ricochets
That
off
was
the
Nick
wall
Nickerson.
there and hits Nick Nickerson.
Goes into the infield, comes right back. We are still under green flag with 18 to go.
Great job by Nickerson trying to save it here.
Absolutely. So our recent additions to our to the garage would be Brett Guzik and Carter Phillips. We had already mentioned David Lakey, Matthew Bailey, Paul Wilson, and Logan Murray.
Stellas, we definitely chopped these laps down with 16 laps left to go. Benjamin Lacey in the lead through Jay sitting in second. Joshua Adams is third. With Joshua Adams having the most led laps here tonight, what do you think's going through his mind right now as he scrambles to see if he can get right now, at least within a striking distance here of Benjamin Lacey?
Well, he's just, look at that, about 3/4 of a second behind him. But Lacey may have to make a mistake. I don't know if Josh Adams has everything it's going to take, but I don't see why not. Because again, like I said, he has good fresh tires. He had a full pit stop, and he did it a good 9 to 10 laps later than Benjamin Lacey.
Yep. Well, currently Josh Adams is running over 0.2 of a second faster here as he runs down Benjamin Lacey.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, we've seen Lacey out here on this track a lot. And, he's not one to sneeze at. We've talked to him up on the podium several times.
Number 13 starting to come into play.
He is, but is it too little too late? We only have 13 laps to go.
They can recover. Appreciate all you guys joining us here at SimTraX Broadcasting. We are sitting here in the final stage here of the Matco Tools 120. 13 laps left to go. This one being led once again by Josh Adams as he ticks down a couple more laps here as he continues to grow that lead lap range.
Yeah, Benjamin Lacey's actually the only one in the top 5 that is actually where he started. He started the race in second. The other fellas, boy, Josh Adams is up 5, Michael Rakes up 18, Jonathan Platt up 10, and Regan Fruget is up 15. But in comparison, we still got Dylan McDonald dangling around out there. Up, and he's increased his original placement by 23 currently. That's impressive.
You can see Benjamin Lacey here trying to find a groove. See where he can sneak through.
Is sneaking through too. He's currently up to second place. Now he is in that 3/4 of a second behind Joshua Adams' position. And they are, everything else is equal. They spent the same time in the pit box, same laps, same number of pit. Yeah, this is going to be a shootout.
Yeah, I definitely hope so. I'd like to see him kind of win it.
Who is blinking so terribly? Might have been Platt. Right, 8 to go. Let's keep it up.
Is 8 to go enough time for anybody to catch anybody, anything out here? It's going to be difficult unless we mash them all up again, which we hope isn't going to be the case. Jonathan Platt does slide up to the second position.
But he's lost time. He was 3/4 of a second behind Joshua Adams. Now he is 1 second behind. So he is currently losing per lap. He's behind him by a good 0.2 of a second.
Flag's still out here. Pretty good. Everybody looking to see if they can finish this one out strong. 6 laps left to go in the Matco Tools 120.
That's Matco Tools, manufacturer and distributor of high-quality auto repair tools. Matco Tools, your one source, your source. Contact your local distributor.
All right. Checking in on Ricky Hart. So he's trying to put a little pressure here on John Osborne, possibly for the 8th position. We'll give it to Mr. Adams, though, for leading by 1 1/4 seconds out front.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely once he broke free, that was it.
Some of our other 937 racing drivers are missing in action tonight, or have had kind of a pretty good dust up. Mr. Bailey's not here. Michael Rakes is not up here, but yeah, I think Josh Adams is gonna make your point run for keeping 937 up in the fantasy team rankings.
Yeah, and what a fantastic run he had tonight. Just being able to avoid most of the problems out there. I know Kevin Foster spin out. He was one of the victims that may have been swallowed up, but he was able to survive. 3 laps left to go here. Charlotte, definitely a wild track. great place to be. If you haven't seen car racing for real, I highly recommend it.
Well, I know if they give you a chance to walk the track, it is very interesting to see even the considered flat part of the track. It's not even flat. So climbing up to the flag tower, you'll have to balance yourself. Can't even imagine. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's walking up a pretty good hill, and that then you've got your corners at 24. I don't even want to try.
All right, there it is. White flag here. As this one is getting ready to come to an end. Everybody pretty excited here. Josh Adams, how about 1.3 seconds? He's going to have it. As long as everything is kosher, no giant wreck at the line. As Josh Adams sits in the number 1 spot, Jonathan Platt is going to be second. We can still hold on to it. It looks like Benjamin Lacey will have third. Great job here. 1, 2, and 3.
All right.
Fantastic job here by Josh Adams. Fantastic job.
So that is 2 team members of GFR are going to be on the podium tonight. That is a good night.
Good night. All right. Where is our guy? Where's Mr. Lacey?
I'm a-looking. There he is. He should be sitting in your green room.
Beautiful. Fantastic. I always wanted to get a hold of Benjamin Lacey here. Benjamin, wow, that Ram definitely had some speed here tonight. You've been up front most of the night. Just couldn't quite get her done here at the end. What else did your vehicle need to make it so?
Just a couple more fresher tires. I don't know if Josh came down on that last caution or not, but he had fresher tires one way or the other, and that was what the difference was. I know Platt came down and took some tires on that last caution, so he was up and running. So yeah, just a couple of fresh tires, and I think would have been a little bit different, but either way, I'll take a P3.
Man, well, we seem to find you in podium positions all the time. Ben, how much practice does it take to get as good as you, buddy?
I've been doing sim racing stuff since I was, what year was it? 2001-ish or something like that. So I don't know. I was like not even a teenager yet. So doing it a long time. I'll just say that, back in like the NASCAR 2002, 2003 days type of a thing. So been a hot minute doing this stuff, but it's just a lot of fun. And I'm an analytics guy. I work as a data analyst. So I love diving into the data and seeing what I can find to make myself a little bit faster. So sometimes I do that.
Sweet. All right,
I believe
Ben.
I have been in a room one time when you were showing somebody how they could do better just by coming in 3 feet later in a turn. And I was like, wow. Over my head, but very cool.
Yeah, telemetry will tell you a lot. Tells you where you're leaving speed on the table, or ways you can be faster, or a different way you can approach a corner.
Huh. Well, that's All right, Ben. I appreciate you tuning in to the broadcast out there. I know you message me off and on the weeks, but go ahead and give me a shout out here, buddy.
Yeah, Real Earth Films, Film in the Wild, youtube.com/Film in the Wild. For those of you who are watching, it's my brother's wildlife documentary channel. Go check him out. Give him a follow. Give him a shout out if that's something you're interested in. That'd be fantastic. And then, appreciate everyone who's part of the league and puts it on. And, Stella and Patrick, you guys do such a great job. So it'll be fun to go back and watch this one. And of course, all my teammates, fun racing with them. And we were able to come away with a 2-3 position tonight. So congrats to Platt on that. And obviously congrats to Josh on the win.
All righty, Ben, congratulations sitting third, buddy. We'll hopefully see you a couple more positions up in the coming weeks.
I hope so.
All right, everybody, that's going to do it for Benjamin Lacey. Moving on to Jonathan Platt. Once again, this guy lands yet another podium. Jonathan, not quite enough here at the end, but still, P2, man, we finished it strong.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of a little bit difficult race with the two sets of tires in the pits, and kind of played for a little bit different strategies. And I think the best truck won overall. It'd been nice to see like Nick and them guys up there and Kevin, but I think his strategy probably was the best strategy overall. So it's good to see the correct truck win.
Well, Benjamin was even saying that his tire strategy almost seemed unmatched out there. Definitely, did he just have the right pit call?
With Josh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Me and Ben were kind of on the same thing. I ended up staying out one caution later than Ben because I felt like I took care of tire a little bit too well when we double scented our run, and my tires were like 80%. So I felt like I probably could have maybe even done it one more, but luckily that was the last caution. So yeah, I think you just outsmarted us with the tire strat there.
Great job, and hats off to Josh Adams. A heck of a job he did. Stella, where are we at next week?
We are at Bristol. Bristol Motor Speedway.
Let's go. Short track, back in the here in the trucks. You gonna prefer that, or would you like to be back in the late models?
I mean, it's Bristol and trucks, so I feel like it's gonna be probably a pretty messy race. So. I wish we could go take the late models there. I feel like it'd be a little bit better product, but we'll take the truck there. We'll beat the fenders off it, the quarter panels off it, the nose off of it, and hopefully we finish top 3, I guess.
Shout out time.
Yeah, first off, you guys, Bill, Kevin, the entire admin team for Bandit. They do a really good job here. It's been really fun this year. Got a lot of trucks, so it's a big turnaround from last year. Got to thank all my teammates with GFR Racing. I feel like we got a really strong team this year. I feel like Josh is going to be some of our best competition. So thank all them guys, and thank Clear Low, Perfect Shine Auto Spa, I think it is, and I guess Bill, because he does pretty much all of it. So thank all them guys.
Yep. And I was to say, Bill puts a whole lot in. And I think it's a lot of things that people don't realize out there in the background that he does here, and try to make this happen. As soon as he's off here, he spends the next 6 days trying to get everything ready for the next run at Bristol. Jonathan, congratulations out there on your second place finish. You brought that Ford in very strong, but we're going to see what you can do here in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much.
Yep, no problem. Alrighty, Stella, looks like you're catching up with our number 22 Toyota. Man, this guy was fast.
He was fast all night. I enjoyed the heck out of watching that. But how did it feel for you there in the driver's seat, Mr. Adams?
I mean, it felt great once I got out front, but trying to calculate all the strategy and count the cars that may be on 4 or 2 or didn't take tires is really difficult with the short fuel and the lack of tire sets. But once I got past Benjamin, I was just hoping it stayed green.
I don't blame you. Yeah, you were sitting pretty, because you had the basically the newest tires until right there at the end. And I was kind of calling, man, he's in good shape. So not quite sure if, how your conservation was, because you're new to me watching you. But darn good race. You got in a little scuffle, but finished P1. Can't can't complain about that.
Yeah, definitely can't complain about it, especially the way the like the last race went, going for the lead on the last lap and getting taken out there. So it was nice to finish one.
Yeah, absolutely. This one, we had 10 cautions tonight, but 12 lead changes, and the last change is the only one that counts. So you ran the best time tonight with a 30.023. Should definitely be proud of yourself. How are you going to deal with Bristol?
I mean, we'll hope to do the same thing, but you're gonna have to get a little bit more lucky than just be good around that place. So try and qualify up front and run what I thought I ran kind of a flawless strategy tonight. It'll definitely take a flawless strategy around Bristol too.
Yeah. If we have this many trucks on Bristol, you're all going to be chewing on each other's tails for sure.
Yeah, we'll all have to pray for each other in the race control, maybe.
Yeah, he's going to have to grow a few more arms, but or at least fingers. So why don't you give me your shout outs for your win this evening?
Oh yeah, I mean, as you guys know, there's a lot of people that have followed Victor in your guys' YouTube chat, so I know they were all watching tonight. I got a long list. We had Eric, Deontay, Jeremy, that's Bill's favorite driver, Nick, Bean, or favorite fan, I guess, Victor and Robin. Also is Victor and his wife's anniversary today, so shout out to them.
Nice. And he was watching because he rooted you on out there. Said that's my driver.
Yep, we got a lot of people watching, so glad to bring one home for everybody.
Very good. Patrick, you're on.
All right, Josh, congratulations, man. You definitely had this thing on a rail here tonight. I would say that Toyota finally is able to open up and stretch her legs a little bit. Hopefully we'll see in the next couple of weeks if you're going to be able to do it again. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
All right, everybody. Josh Adams there. What an awesome job he did and how that race ended up coming all together. So great job here. These guys have been really blasting away, doing a fantastic job here. Looking for the unofficial results, these should be the real results. Here they are. Josh Adams, Jonathan Platt, Benjamin Lacey, Michael Rakes, Bob Berry. Not bad for Bob Berry. Sitting 11th, getting himself a top 5 here. That definitely worked out very, very well for him. Especially getting there toward the front. Michael Rakes was up 17 positions. Dylan McDonald is actually our hard charger here of the race. If I'm not mistaken, currently Dylan McDonald did pick up 21 positions. And what a race here it was. What a race. Stella, anything left to add here?
No, I like it when it's green. I have to admit, shakes up the strategy though when we get some cautions. But if you don't want to see cautions, the next week is going to be kind of rough. You put this many trucks on a 10 track, as they say, infinite power, itty bitty living space. Let's see how they can handle it.
You know, oddly enough, these guys did go caution-free at Bristol.
Really?
Yes.
But not in the trucks. They didn't.
No, but they have been here. They've been to Bristol multiple times and gone caution-free multiple times at Bristol. How in the world that happens, I have no idea. But that should definitely do it for us here at SimTraX Broadcasting. Thank you for joining us here with the Matco Tools 120 here tonight. Excellent race here, all out there to Josh Adams. He won a couple last year. Well, I think he won one. He was lined up for the second one, but I kind of had that one robbed from him. But these guys are looking. He's definitely looking to move his way up and be one of those guys. So, all right, that's going to do it for us here at SimTraX Broadcasting, bringing you the Bandit Racing League here on Wednesday night. You will be safe, be kind. We'll see all you guys next time.